about time. That take forever. Man, I hate that. Guard shit. Alright, I get it. Is that my seat? Oh shit. Play the key game. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Tough game tonight. Lock in.
Good, MP.
Hottest team in the land coming through.
I don't know where I'm going.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And now we've got a chance to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers. And what has been the trend for Draymond Green?
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
Now Sacramento starting five. DeRozan out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Fultz in at the point guard. And for New York. And the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. A-Train is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns. Nuggets in at the 5. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Here's A-Train. And it's off from three-point range.
But that shit was dropping. Until you slow, boys.
Fournier against Hart. Fournier dishes to Green. It's rebounded by New York. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. Now, I asked him who hasn't worried out there on the floor, and his answer was Draymond Green. He told me he's a high-effort, high-IQ player who can be so effective. And right now, our plan is to stay physical with him and not let him dictate the terms out there. Of course, this means a hard-fought contest down low. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. We play just over a minute here in the first. You know, Brent, when you talk about home court advantage, the Knicks have one of the best.
Well, New York is so electric, and just I have memories, Kevin, of walking out on that court and it just feeling different. So the Mecca is back, and when it's loud, it is delicious.
DeRozan, and it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Pass to Hart. Here's Brunson. New York moving the ball around. Here's A-Train. Drills the three-pointer. A-Train's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Knicks.
We're playing with the boy.
He's not gonna miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
DeRozan surveying the D. Five to shoot. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's DeRozan. 17 points for him last game against Denver. Here's A-Train.
Oh, that would have been nice.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Fultz finds DeRozan. That's short off the rim.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range. Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Outside, Green. Fultz with a screen for Green. Back to Fultz. Takes a three. Sacramento again missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
It's stolen. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. That one goes. Count it.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Kings trail by 12. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. You know, Brent, Josh Hart has been
Gotta be calling the timeout now.
Many stops in his NBA career.
Sometimes you have to wait to find your home, Kevin. That's been the case for Josh, but he has always contributed to winning. And now he's locked into this role where he is flourishing. This guy has all the tools to go out there and do little things every night that help your team be in a position to win games.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Achua, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Count it, good.
Oh, great pass from Murray. I like whenever he looks to get his guys involved.
McBride finds Achua. Three-pointer. And he drops it in. Just a pretty release there from A-Train. A-Train's got 14 points for the game. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Sacramento. It's a 13-point game. Pass to LaRavia. Valanciunas with the ball to the left side wing. From downtown, and it's LaRavia missing. The Nets have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Here's A-Train. From past the arc, and he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 17.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's New York with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
And the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. A-Train is out there with Miles McBride. And it's Achua in at the 5 spot. They're the group. New York will start the second one. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hi, Kevin. Well, A-Train in the last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He ended up with 62 points. And as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Towns, he's checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Miles McBride. Carter, the pass to Murray. The kick out to Crowder. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
Looks like Crowder feels like the green light is all his on that shot.
Down low, Achua. The dunk by Achua.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
The Kings trail by 15. Carter outside. Pass to Murray. Red ball booming here by the Kings. 6 to shoot. Here's Crowder, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
Old school, mid-range, Jay Crowder, that's 2.
The Knicks leading by 13 to the paint. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Here's A-Train. It's the three-point bomb. A-Train's got 5 points now this quarter.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Oh, he got it back.
Here's Fournier, and he uses the glass on the layup. Fournier's got his first points of the night.
And Fournier trying to score inside, showing off a little bit of his touch.
Inside, here's Bridges. Rebound by the Kings.
Oh, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys. Just flat out blew it.
Fultz kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Fournier. Offline with his three. New York leading by 16. A-Train. And another three for New York.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Fultz finds DeRozan. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got his fourth rebound in this one. A-Train, good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Fournier in the corner. Fires from 14. Good on the bucket.
Not really one of Fournier's go-to areas, but when you have that kind of range, you can make the mid-range work.
A-Train, the pass to Bridges. Good, nice job down low. And the Knicks lead by 21.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Fournier's shot is off. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And there's the call on A-Train. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution for the Knicks. Josh Hart. Miles McBride. Dennis.
Here's Fournier. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's New York riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
You can almost taste All-Star Weekend, the celebrations on and off the court. Shaq, you know all about that. Let me hear some.
And moving on now to that first half, tough sledding so far for the Sacramento Kings.
Their perimeter D has been soft like bathroom tissue. No excuses. Can't give up that many open shots and get away with it.
Their D being treated like bathroom tissue. No mercy. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A-Train has been sensational.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
On the court for Sacramento, Green is out there with DeRozan. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Fultz in a point. And it's Green missing.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart. The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Valanciunas. It's Fournier on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer. Fournier's got 7.
Yep, there's a reason why Fournier takes a ton of threes. He's pretty good at it.
Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the 3. Brent, there's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The Kings were not complacent this summer. They have added all-star DeMar DeRozan in a sign and trade. He brings even more firepower to an offense that was already among the league's best. And in the loaded Western Conference, the Kings knew they had to make moves to stay in the fight. DeRozan is one of the biggest signings in Kings franchise history.
A tremendous addition. Shams, thanks for the update. Took him no time at all on that one.
You get Brunson that wide open of a floor, he's going to operate there.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. DeRozan with it. Brunson picks him up. And a fast break now for New York. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's see the stat sheet here for Jonas Valanciunas.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Achua, he's checked in for New York. He hits both from the stripe. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. To the inside, Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas just needs a little bit of airspace. He's so big, easy for him to get to the rim.
Here's A-Train. And yep, another basket.
It's unbelievable. He's now 5th in the number of 40-point games in a single season.
One of the more bankable scorers this league has ever seen. You have to marvel at his consistency. His scoring has been eye-opening. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Sacramento making a switch here. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard.
All right, they got me sitting down.
Last month,
taking a break.
Best at scoring points off turnovers. 5th best, the Kings.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Pass to Valanciunas. And here is Murray. No scoring in this one. From 11 feet away. No good from Valanciunas. Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And that one's good. Kolek.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Here's Murray, and he makes good on the layup. Murray's got his first points in this one.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
Crowder, the pass to Valanciunas. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Outside Crowder. Clock at 4. For the 3. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. New York with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And it's Schroeder missing.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper. Just unable to do so.
Outside Crowder. 17 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Green. Launches it. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. Achiuwa's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's McBride. Here's Hart. Off target with his 3. And so it's New York having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got DeLon Wright, and it's Okporti in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Pass to Dadier. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
Here's Carter. There's the drive. Lays it up off the glass.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Pass to Dadier. And that one is hammered home.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. The King shooting 40% from the field. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Hits it from three-point range.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. There's Shamet. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Carter looking around. A floater. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
For the Sacramento Kings, GA, the expectations for this group have risen.
Well, it was about just making the playoffs for this franchise and breaking that drought. Now, Kevin, it's about advancing in the postseason. Just getting there isn't good enough.
And that one falls for Carter. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
No good on the second free throw. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And it's Shamet missing.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take it down.
Outside DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. And Wright pulls it down.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Pass to Dadier. Here's Hakordi. Guarded by Green. A shot by Hakordi, no good. Carter finds DeRozan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
And he can't get the first one. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
And he's good on the second.
And I like the aggressiveness of DeMar DeRozan's game. He's constantly testing the defense, looking for any weakness he can exploit to get a bucket.
New York moving the ball around. Here's A-Train. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Fultz the pass to Green. Fultz with a screen for Green. Back to Fultz. Fournier gets a wide open look, and that one's on target from the wing.
And Fournier stretching out the defense here as he's looking for shots all over the floor.
Here's A-Train. From outside, off the mark. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. To the middle, here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for A-Train.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Here's A-Train. Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Now Fultz. A special move before the shot.
How about the confidence level with which Fultz plays? When he's close to the basket, he keeps his eyes focused on the rim.
And another one falls.
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
I can't believe he has matched Kobe's 10 games of 50 points. Just shows the level of greatness we are witnessing this season.
There's 18 seconds left in the game. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Pass to A-Train. Back to Schroeder. Here's A-Train. Puts up a 3. No good there. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time